Part two, baby. Don't blink, it's your boy Ink. Welcome to the Real Cover Show. We're doing well on this 23rd September 2024. We're doing one of my fuck up reaction. We just opened up the very own Colonel Sanders. Look how nice he is. Look how beautiful he is. Oh my god, I love this. This was expensive. This was really expensive. This was like $90. The reason why I like this one was because KFC is one of my favorite restaurants. And by it's my favorite restaurant. We had a KFC in Lachine before, and then the restaurant burned down, and because it burned down, they never reopened. So I do miss it. Sorry, I have to give you guys more light, right? So I do miss it a lot, and then I go to see my mom. There's a KFC nearby, so we go get it. Look at this. This is beautiful. I fucking love this. Ah, KFC, dude. Best chicken in Montreal. Okay. You guys are gonna complain, but you guys have Jollibee, you guys have Jollibee, you guys have Popeyes, you have Chick-fil-A, we have KFC, okay? Give me a break. Now, what I love Colonel Sanders also was, he seemed like such a nice guy, he seemed like such a cool dude, and he also seemed like a grandpa, and usually when I think about grandpa and grandma, I think about nice people, right? Colonel Sanders was one of those nice people. It was just a fun time, it was just cool to see. The second thing we have is the description. I didn't see it on the Amazon order. Your favorite fried chicken salesman is now your favorite collectible. That is so cool. Fried chicken, KFC, I have such good memories of it. I have memories of my mom getting me theirs, and I was like, oh my god, this is my favorite meal. I had the feeling of KFC was weird because you were not a store. So what happened in 2000, in the early 2000s, people realized how not healthy KFC was. And they were like, not necessarily boycotting KFC, but like, nah, let's not go there. Let's not. Where's my second earbuds? Fuck. Don't blink, it's your blink. I messed up, and now we have to redo the KFC video. So I'm gonna do a part two. Sorry about that. We pressed the button by mistake. KFC had a really bad rep because of because of health-wise. So the movie Super Size Me came out, then people started making research on fast food. KFC took a blunt force. They closed a lot of their location, and the one in Lachine closed. So KFC was one of those meals that I was used to. I was used to loving, and then at a moment away, they're like, nah, I'm not gonna give you KFC anymore. There's no more KFC. It's not healthy. And I was like, I fucking love that, and I miss it. And I'm missing the second. Look, it's gonna be in here. There you go, in here. Fuck, I'm dumb. Anywho, I thought I lost this. I was looking for it. So, KFC was one of, again, fried chicken. Who doesn't like chicken? Who doesn't like it fried? And I was like, this is so good, and it was so hard to get, but I was always craving it. And even as an adult, KFC is one of my favorite fast food restaurant. KFC is the GOAT. KFC is so the GOAT. They've been around for a while. They're gonna be around for a while. I think, in my opinion, it's one of the best fried chicken there is. And honestly, it's just a matter of fact that I don't know. It's just there's so much history. We had a fries from McDonald's, and it's for the same reason. I just miss it. I just miss those years. I miss the way I was feeling when I was eating that chicken. To me, this is very nostalgic. This is very nostalgic. There's not a lot of restaurants that are still here that when I was young, right? KFC and McDonald's are one, and they'll stay. I want my kids to add KFC because their father had some. And I don't know how you guys will call that feeling. This is the way I feel right now. So yeah, call me weird. I don't give a fuck. But I love you guys. Take it easy. I'll see you guys really soon. Peace. Don't blink, it's your Blink. Welcome to another show. Welcome to another show. You guys are doing well on this 23rd September 2024. We're doing another movie reaction, and we're actually doing one that's called The Purge, Electoral Years. So yeah, so we're doing that a lot. So wait a second. Is it The Purge Anarchy or what? In a crooked little town, there were lost and never found. Fallen leaf underground. Will I get lost? Can you spare a dime? I wanna kiss you.
They will come.
And I wanna cry, and I wanna do, but all my tears will be inside. Purge. The Purge. The Forever Purge. Anarchy. Don't blink, it's your Wayne. Welcome to the show. If you're doing well on this 23rd September 2024, we're doing an amazing video right now, right now, and it's the movie review of The Purge #2, which is Anarchy. So technically it is #3. This is the third movie that we see, but The Purge, the first Purge is Purge #1. Purge Anarchy is the second one. What I really enjoy about, because I just watched the whole series. So we watched the first Purge, we watched Purge, The Purge, we watched The Purge Anarchy, we watched The Purge Electoral Year, we watched Purge Forever, which is 6 of them. Let's do again. First Purge, Purge Anarchy, Purge Election Years, Purge, The Eternal Purge. Okay, that's 5. I'm sorry. And to me, this is crazy because a series of 5 movies is very rare. So in Purge Anarchy, we're seeing something really cool. We're seeing in the first Purge, we're like, okay, well, what the fuck is that? Second Purge, we're trying to save ourselves from the Purge. In the second movie of the Purge, we're stuck in the streets. We couldn't get to safety. So we're seeing more so of what is a Purge. We're seeing more so of what it's like to purge, right? And what I find phenomenal about that movie is the character that plays the bad guy, not the bad guy, but the bad boy, like a gangster, like a rebel, and he's a savior. He saves people because he has a good heart, and the whole time you're like, okay, well, can we trust him? Is he one of the purgy? And it's kind of nice because the purge is so every single time, every single movie, the Purge becomes more and more omnipresent, so it becomes part of the culture. It becomes part of what it is. What I really enjoyed about the Purge Anarchy was everybody was like, okay, well, we're gonna partake in the Purge. Everybody has a form opinion. It's a known fact. It's a known something. So in the movie Anarchy, you're stuck in the street and like, okay, well, I'm with a person that wants to purge. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? That person is protecting you. We're also seeing the way it is. It's kind of the problem with the Purge for me is. Every single movie did the same thing. The problem with the Purge is we're here for anarchy. We're here for the chaos that Purge does. However, every single time the Purge, there's a couple people that are taking political views, and you're like, I don't care about politics. I just want to see people rage, you know. Which is the mentality of the Purge, by the way. Just saying. My apologies. If you were wondering. So, that being said. Fucking love life, dude. That being said, we're in a position where the purge anarchy is, you know what, it's kind of cool because you're seeing the way the streets are. Is that interesting morally speaking as the first purge? No. Is it interesting in a moral sensitive thing? No. Is it kind of boring? Kinda. Is it still a really good movie? Yes, because we're seeing the rich who are buying a poor person for the purge, for the action to purge. We're seeing a banquet of rich people actually going in, right? Actually going in, and actually going in. I'm sorry, I'm repeating myself, but it's a good movie. It's just there's a great part of the movie. There's some great part of the movie. There's some that's good. I'm gonna say bad, but some of those parts felt long. It was an hour and a half movie, and I had problem finishing it. Um, we have a banquet of rich people who are hunting poor people. It's just like you already saw that. You already seen that. Like there's a part of the movie where there are two people. They're barricading their house, which is really cool. There's a guy that blow the house up and they get in, and you're like, okay, well he's purging. Okay, well this is a dangerous situation. But from the very first time in the movie, the very first line he says, you know that the guy is dangerous. You know that the guy is crazy. It's like you're surprised he's attacking you. Come on. But it's a really good movie, and it's more so the interesting part is okay. So the first movie was about also a rich family. Now, what if we're the whatnot of the society? What if we're whatnots? In the first movie, you have a whatnot. Do we save him? Do we save ourselves? Like a movie, you're the whatnots. What do you do? Anywho, love you guys. Take it easy. Peace. Shit. Okay, that's important. That is important. Okay, let's go. Switching beans is not bad. Okay. Oh. Don't blink, it's your boy Ink. Welcome to the show. Guys are doing well, kids are having a wonderful day. On the 23rd September 2024, we're about to do a movie review for the movie The Purge Election Years. Now, it's the fourth movie in the series. The third one produced, the fourth in the series. So we saw in the first one. I feel like it's not important to recap the whole thing, but it's important to remind ourselves the concept. First one, a bunch of rich people living in a rich house defending themselves from the purge. Second one, a bunch of poor people defending themselves from the purge who's attacking people. Now, the third one, election years, is, and that's a really, to me, that was more interesting than the two others, because it was, in the second one, right, and I forgot to talk about this, so I hope you guys are watching the three of them together. We'll do an extra worst case scenario. I want to say bloopers. No, let's finish. Okay. So in third one, we're seeing election year. So we're seeing the election the way it is. How we know now that the purge was made by rich people. It was made by rich people to make the poor people pay, which is something we learned in the first purge, right? However, the first purge didn't happen. Technically, didn't happen. It was filmed after. So we have the confirmation that it's by the rich people, which we didn't have before. And we're seeing the election. Who's going to stand up against the purge? Because there's some people that are accepting of the purge. There's some people that are thinking that the purge is a terrible thing. And we have somebody at the power to really do that. So kind of cool, because we're seeing the guy from the second movie, which is Anarchy. We're seeing him protect the political. And this movie is more full focus on the higher ups. Do we protect the people that are go against the purge? And it's nice because the movie The Purge is about defending yourself. But what if there was somebody that's really important? What if there's somebody that was worth protecting on the purge? And it's the actor. I don't remember the actress name, but she's going against the purge. And in election years, we're seeing that we're also seeing the higher ups. We're seeing in the first movie the rich versus the rich. We're seeing the poor versus the rich. And third one, we're seeing some elite. We're talking about elite group. We're talking about almost a cult of people that are going against that person, and we're seeing really how deep it goes, because the purge itself, and this is what's really important about the electoral years. We think the purge is a social movement. We think the purge is more so for the population than the politics. We know that the NFFA, which is a governmental product or program, is killing poor people. We know that. We for sure know that. But how deep does it go? How high in the political place? How high are we going up? How high are we going back? How high do we have to work to understand and believe that they're introduced? Is a president above the purge? Is member of the Senate above the purge? Are we elect above the purge? Because we know that even rich people in Anarchy, we're seeing rich people buy poor people to partake in the what do we call it? in the purge, right? We're seeing that there's official, but we never really get the police. We never really get some law enforcement that are coming in. And now we're gonna say, yeah, the NFFA is law enforcement. They're not. They're not. They're not. They're part of the government, but they're not the police. They're not the law enforcement. So for the first time, we're seeing somebody that is supposed to represent authority, somebody that's supposed to represent justice, somebody that's representing law, partake in the purge, which means that they're allowing killing to be done, which goes against law, goes against logic, goes against everything that we believe in. And the reason why this is super, super important is because it goes all the way to the population. So when we have the next movie, which is the Eternal Purge, and it goes and it burns America and destroys America, you're not surprised. You're not surprised. The best part about those 5 movies together is that they're slowly building up to the Purge Eternal. The Purge Eternal is the end. And it's not the end because we fixed the Purge. It's not the end because we solved the Purge. It's the end because that's the way it is. Anywho, love you guys. Take it easy. Can't wait to do the Purge Eternal review. Peace. Don't blink, it's your boy Ink. Welcome to the Welcome to the Show. If you're doing well on this 23rd September 2024. This is a comeback. This is a little extra on the Purge Anarchy. I forgot to talk about one of the most important person in the movie. One of the most important person in that movie is a guy, I don't remember his name, which is how important he is, but he's basically in charge of the resistance of the Purge. So in the first movie, we didn't see a resistance. In the first Purge, we did see resistance. We're seeing gangsters go against governments. We're seeing gangster protect ghettos, which is something cool. But if you look at the timeline, that movie was made after. So for the first time, we have somebody that's going up against the Purge. We have somebody that says, hey, the Purge is not okay. In the first movie, we had something. We have, I don't agree with the Purge. I'm not going to partake in the Purge, but I'm not going to denounce the Purge. In the second movie, there's a guy that says, don't you see, the rich are trying to kill the poor. Don't you see, you have to get up against. They'll understand tonight. We had the first moment of rebellion against the Purge. And it's kind of cool because that leader, right, served a purpose. He served a purpose where not everybody's pro-Purge, but for the first time ever, somebody's trying to stop them. And when you have the next movie, which is, the greatest thing about the Purge series, is movie leads to each other. It's not so like, oh, you can watch this, doesn't matter. You can watch this, it doesn't matter. You kind of need to watch the movie in order, right? And the third movie, when you have a movie like the Purge election years, when we have a president candidate that is trying to go against the Purge, like, oh yeah, I remember, she has a similar speech, or a similar ideal, or a similar discourse in French, a plan than the guy who used to be an anarchist, against the law dude. So it's pretty cool to see. It is pretty cool to see. Anywho, love you guys. Take it easy. Peace. Don't blink. It's your boy Ink. Welcome to the last of the series we're doing. We're doing a series. It wasn't supposed to be a series, but I got really involved. I got involved enough to watch 5 movies in 2 days. And we're talking about the one and only series, which is The Purge. But this time we're talking about The Purge Eternal, which is the finale of The Purge series. Well, we're hoping the finale because I don't know what I can do else. So, that movie was a bit boring. I didn't understand the concept. But at the end, it's really fucking cool. It is really fucking cool. So we're following the main character, which is a woman that escaped from Mexico. And they're in America, and at the beginning of the movie, they're being treated like immigrants. They're being treated with racism, which is not cool, right? But it actually serves such a cool purpose. Now, I'm not saying racism is cool, but in this movie, good purpose. So the Spanish, the Latin American, they go in on a ranch, and then they're victim of racism. Then the Purge happened, and the Purge are like, well, you know what? This Purge is not gonna end. People are now thinking that the Purge needs to happen every night. People think that the only solution, the only way of salute is the Purge. So the Purge Eternal is, what if the Purge didn't end? What if the Purge continued? What if the Purge was more than once a year? As the Purge Eternal. Now, why is that? The movie in itself is a bit boring. I won't lie. There's some cool concept. There's a cool scene here and there, but We watched 5 movies of The Purge. I think I understand the concept. I think I understand how it works. I think so. I'm not sure, but I think so. And the coolest part is at the very end that American crossing the border. So those people that were supposed to cross the border and were illegal. And the best thing about it is one of the person that was racist in the beginning is actually going to Mexico and actually crossing the border because America is not safe anymore. And The Purge Eternal, I'm not gonna make it a long review because the movie was okay. The movie was okay. It wasn't great. It wasn't good. It wasn't amazing. It wasn't bad. It was okay. The way The Purge series ends is America self-destruct. Everybody's killing each other. There's no law. There's anarchy, and that's a perfect ending. It's a perfect ending because that's the only ending The Purge could have. The Purge, which was created by the NFFA, got betrayed by The Purge. The Purge took over America, and it shows. It goes to show it's a perfect. The movie in itself isn't great, but the ending of that movie is a perfect ending in itself because it shows. The Purge is what? The Purge is a night without laws. Without laws, what happens if there's no law? Anarchy. Anarchy. So we're pushing here. That's what we're pushing. We're pushing the system. We're pushing the belief of anarchy. The Purge Eternal, lasting forever, brought anarchy. Anarchy brought destruction. Destruction brought the end of America. And what is the best thing about that ending? Let me tell you what. They keep referring to the whole series as the new founding father. Well, the new founding father destroyed America. And that's it. That's the story. That's the show. Love you guys. Take it easy. Peace. Choo 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 choo.